So I killed. So I maimed. So I destroyed one innocent life after another. Aren't I a human being? Don't I yearn and ache and chop? Deborah Jellinsky from the 1993 black comedy Addams Family Values. A manipulative, greedy, cunning femme fatale, queen of camp to some, serial killer to others. Planted and pinned as an antagonist, she famously took on the persona of multiple women, sent a few rich guys to the Lord, and unsuccessfully tried to wipe out a man named Fester Addams. Today I want to explore the actions and intentions of this short and frankly underdeveloped character who I've come to believe was never really the villain in her appeared project. I believe Debbie's strictly a product of parental neglect in a patriarchal society. And yes, I am very serious. Or am I? We don't get much insight into Debbie's childhood, or past for that matter, outside of the bits sprinkled throughout the movie. So a lot of what I have to say about her life and character is just simply speculation within the time period. Her parents, Sharon and Dave, on the surface appear to be an average suburban family. Cute two-storied house, clean-cut yard. Perhaps Dave is an insurance agent, a car dealer, a salesman, and maybe Susan works in retail, an accountant, a housewife. Once again, we don't know. Debbie doesn't go far into her years as a kid because I'm sure she suppressed it. Absolutely zero doubt about neglect in the household. So let's go to the source here, right? Debbie vented to the Addams how she had her eyes set on getting a ballerina Barbie with a pink tutu. The first ever Barbie was released in 1959, while the first ballerina Barbie came a few years later in 1961. It showcased Barbie in a specialized role, emphasizing elegance, artistry. She was dressed in a classy tutu and ballet slippers, capturing the imagination of children who loved to dance. There have been many iterations of the pink tutu, and I couldn't find an exact date when the pink version debuted. And I bring this up because this is key to figuring out the timeline with Debbie's age. However, I did find out that the 70s was when the color pink was really cemented into the Barbie brand, the Barbie core. Joan Cusack, who played Debbie, was born in late 1962. That means in 1993, when filming, she was 30 going on 31. So I think it's only fair to assume that this was about the same age as Debbie Jellinsky. The wildly popular Malibu Barbie doll made its debut in 1971, quickly becoming a cultural icon, representing the quintessential California girl. Also, let me just point out that the location of where Debbie grew up and the location of the Addams family house, as far as I know, it's, where the hell are they at? We don't know. We just know that it's in America.
I live in America.
Malibu Barbie's sun-kissed skin, beachy attire, new face, new smile, and carefree attitude with her highlights resonated with children and adults alike. It was a new decade, and Barbara was a changed woman. If we stick to Debbie being the same age as actress Joan, that means Debbie would have been 9 years old when this famous doll hit the shelves. But this significant life event happened on her 10th birthday, making it 1972. This kind of seems to have been the image the public wanted to push girls, and it was hip to be tan, cool, young, surfing and whatnot on the 70s beach. Sure, I guess, what's wrong with that? It's not Debbie.
That's not who I was. I was a ballerina.
Graceful, delicate.
It just makes you think, why didn't Sharon and Dave buy her the ballerina doll? Was the Malibu Barbie on sale around her birthday, pushing the narrative of her growing up in a low-income household? Was the ways of the economy to blame for her parents not making enough to get her the Barbie she wanted, the ballerina Barbie? Barbie sold between $5 to $10 in the early 70s, so include inflation in a 2024 economy, that's around $30. $30 for a Barbie? Please be serious. All the mommies, comment down below if Barbies cost that much today. I don't know. But okay, maybe it's not finances. Maybe Sharon and Dave have good careers, a simple life. Say Dave and Susan wanted to mold and put their daughter in the box of being with the times, being hip. They could have possibly taken advice from some Karen in the Toys R Us or whatever it was back then. You know, she could have been like,
"Get your daughter the Malibu Barbie. She'll love it."
And they just said, you know, Debbie's dreams. Bro, look at how she's dressed on her birthday. Does she look like she wants a Malibu Barbie doll? No. Debbie was a child of class, sophistication. She probably had dreams of wanting to grow up and be a professional ballerina. For a child to turn into an arsonist and wipe her parents out, there was more going on. Mental illness? Well, yes, but mental illnesses, to my knowledge, most of them stem from childhood trauma. Deborah probably never got what she wanted in her life up to that point, and that goddamn Malibu Barbie was the boiling point. Like, goddamn, if a bitch can't get a ballerina Barbie, then what the hell can she get? A childhood filled with parents who obviously don't listen to your aspirations, your desires, your wants, your needs, can tip most people over the edge. Sure, not everyone is going to result to murder, but we all can sympathize with having our intention set on a gift and getting the opposite of what we wanted. And this only slipped into Debbie's teen years and her adult ones. In a damaged world where women are used as objects of desire, Debbie hid behind multiple faces and disguises to give herself the life she felt she deserved, mastering the art of manipulation and using what she had to get what she wanted.
Use what you got to get what you want and stop messing with this chump change.
The first night Debbie stayed with the Addams, we got our first glimpse into her past and her true intentions. She's munching on chocolate and having a martini while watching a late-night newscast segment titled,
You want to be on top?
America's Most Disgusting Unsolved Crimes, where we learn that she's currently wanted and being investigated. The cops have nicknamed her the Black Widow, based on her formula of finding rich, lonely bachelors, gaining their trust and gaining their love, then marrying them, and on the wedding night, killing them. Don't hate the player, baby, hate the game. The three personas they've recognized up to that point was Ursula, Carmen, and Nadine. Range. These pictures are so funny. I love how you can see the character traits that she adopted based on the pose. Ursula's definitely a vegan who's into astrology and listens to a lot of Stevie Nicks. Carmen looks like an alcoholic stripper you can find at the rock and roll nightclub bar where they rerun Black Sabbath hits. And Nadine is the Las Vegas sex symbol who does coke and dances at the disco joints. I'm Nadine. Debbie makes these bachelors' deaths look like an accident, and after the funeral, she disappears, cash in hand. I guess they just didn't believe in prenups. But the money never lasts. On her nightstand, we see $3.61. And the hunger for more grows, as does the need for attention and affection. I just find it very funny how everybody wants to run their mouth and ask, who is this woman? But nobody wants to ask, why is this woman? Obviously, manipulating anyone, scamming, all that is not something that I condone at all. However, you see a gold digger, I see a woman just trying to make it in this big world.
I'm just a girl trying to make it in this big world.
The turmoil of never having what she wanted her entire life only fed that toxic desire for luxury. It was a simple reaction to systematic inequality, not greed. Would therapy have helped? Absolutely. But it was the 70s. Come on. Who knows how many personas she's taken on before Ursula, Carmen, or Nadine? She could have developed a personality disorder and got carried away with it. Or it could have potentially led to that point. I mean, think about it. We all know her as Debbie because that's the persona she has introduced herself as. But that's not her government name. Nobody knows that. Debbie is brought into the picture because the Addams are hunting for a nanny after the birth of newborn baby boy Pubert, who, fun fact, was played by two twin girls. Morticia needs more time to
seek out the dark forces and join their hellish crusade. That's all.
And Gomez is, well, a businessman. And Wednesday and Pugsley are not fit to tend for their new brother because they're just trying to execute him in various medieval ways. So upon her arrival at the Addams mansion, Debbie immediately commands not only the room, but the camera. What a testament to Joan's acting skills. No filter, but also having a filter to come off nice and angelic. I do have to call them out though, because it's very bad judgment on Morticia's part. She's the first one to meet Debbie, and when Debbie introduces herself, she says that she's from the agency. But then Morticia reveals the agency said they didn't have any more nannies. So Debbie's excuse is that she was out of town. No. Y'all just had a newborn. Like, I would have called the agency up, you know, run the name, run the checks, background. Like, y'all got all this money and y'all being this careless. But honestly, it just goes to show the charm that Debbie has. Coming into the Addams home dressed in pure white, freshly cut blonde bob, all smiles. There's nothing off looking about her to them.
I can show you all my references so you know I'm not a homicidal maniac.
Of course you're not.
You're too young.
And to top off the bad judgment, they welcome her to stay the night after talking to her for only like 5 minutes. As she's watching that news report I mentioned earlier, we see B-roll of various news articles about Uncle Fester and his fortune. They don't, of course, disclose his exact net worth, but they say he is one of the richest men in the world. When Gomez and Morticia leave the following day, this chick goes into their office. She got Pubert on the floor while she's scoping through Fester's certificates. Bro got stocks, bonds, gold bullions, deeds, treasury bills, IRAs. Hey Fester, what's up? Wednesday is possibly the first person in Debbie's life to see right through her disguise. And because of this, Debbie tells Morticia and Gomez that the kids secretly told her they wanted to go to summer camp. And they believe her. She utilized the kids being out of the house and slithered her way closer to Fester. Closer to Fester to survive. Oh my god, when I was rewatching this, everything about the summer camp scenes are just golden. There's so many lines, obviously.
Is that your bathing suit? Is that your overbite?
Wednesday's at that very special age when a girl has only one thing on her mind. Boys.
Homicide.
I'll be the victim.
All your life.
But I love the part when Wednesday and Pugsley get the letter from Uncle Fester and they get the news that he's getting married. And the cabin's like, to who? And when they say he's getting married to the nanny, the blonde girl Amanda is like,
Get out of the cabin. I mean, I'd kill myself. The help?
the help? Like, you know, she automatically assumed Debbie was some colored house servant. Yo, when Fester starts crying at the graveyard wedding after he says, I do, Debbie just says, This should have been the first strike to him, but unfortunately, our dear Fester is quite tone deaf, and he was lucky to have any woman around, who didn't
Press charges hard like that.
But my girl she couldn't catch a break. She tried to electrocute Fester on their honeymoon, but unbeknownst to her, this family is supernatural. Like, bro, Wednesday is out here sipping on poison like it's lean. So it was time to go bigger. It was time to get a little bit more creative. So she figured, why not have a little fun and give myself this big ass mansion? Because let's face it, when you grow up never having what you want, when you do have access to those things later in life, you become extremely materialistic. And her getting Fester to buy this house is just an example of that. The frantic yelling at the movers to be careful with the credenza from the catalogs, being fragile with the queen and chandelier. She's bougie.
Give me a kiss.
Give me a 20.
After the Addams receive a fishy letter from Fester, they arrive to what Grandmama refers to as,
Of course, the gates of hell.
She did her big one. This ostrich gown, this pastel house. Even though I hate pastels, but the house is still beautiful. It's the architecture.
You have enslaved him. You have placed Fester under some strange sexual spell. I respect that.
Me too, for real. Just no care in the world. The girl is about to cash her insurance check and be set for a few years. She's dancing in a bar full of sailors and military men, singing Macho Man, before realizing the bomb is about to set off. And we need to make sure this man is unalived for the insurance company. In her car before the trigger, she starts practicing the crying for when the cops show up.
My husband was in that house.
One of my favorite memes in my phone. That laugh in that Mercedes lives rent-free in my head. So she sits patiently as her beautiful mansion explodes from the inside.
Help. Help.
Help. Help. Fester comes out the house not giving a damn that, his new crib was just blown up.
Freeze!
At least Debbie had the heart to give the man some dignity, to make this event look like it was an accident. Fester says, "What are you saying?"
I'm saying I want you dead and I want your money.
A whole menace. Fester is like, "I thought you loved me."
A liar, a scammer. I love robbery and fraud.
Let me make it clear, I never said that Debbie was a good person. I never said she was a kind person. I just strictly said that she wasn't a villain.
No.
Every attempt she makes with this film in any capacity fails. She's camp, she's comical, she's clumsy, and quite frankly, as Wednesday put it,
She was sloppy.
even after tying the entire family down to electric chairs, she's still not a threat. And it really boils down to her being an Addams herself, down to her sick humor and the psychopathic behavior. Need I remind you, she dug up their dead mother to get a ring for the wedding. When Debbie's telling the family about the last few men she's been with, her Barbie origin story, Morticia is tearing up and they're all agreeing with her. The comedic, campy performance and essence of this character doesn't scream bad guy to me. I'm gonna say it again, Debbie was just trying to make it in this big world because the big world failed her.
I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't enjoy hurting anybody.
But sometimes people don't listen, so she's gotta use persuasion.
And slides.
The heart surgeon didn't give her enough love because the Pope had a cold, so it's only right he got an axe. No. Her second husband, the senator, loved his country and loved his state. But what about Debbie?
Sorry, Debbie, no Mercedes this year. We have to set an example.
Oh yeah?
Set
this?
If you live under a rock and have not seen this entire scene in its entirety, please go watch it. Please go watch it. It is a masterclass on camp. Debbie deserved her own movie, and I'm standing on that mountain. Comment down below your favorite line from the Addams Family Values, or share some of your favorite memories tied down to this movie. A quick reminder that you can join my membership for $2.99 to support me and what I do here on my channel. You get priority comment replies, so any questions you have for me, I'm a tap away. You get a YouTube badge, and you also get Zane's third eye emoji. You have the power to use this emoji in the comments to let me and everybody else know that your third eye is open. You see the vision, you see the storyline, you see the truth. Absolutely no pressure, but the membership is there if you want to join, or you could just send a super thanks. It's all in the description down below. You can also find my Letterboxd and my socials below as well. Give this video a thumbs up to support your man. If you're new here, consider subscribing. We talk about horror films and nostalgic cinema. Thank you for taking time out of your busy day to watch this video. It means a lot. Take care of your mind, take care of your body, and take care of your spirit. I'll see you soon.